Welcome to Madden 20. I know I'm a little late to the party. This game has been out for a little while, at least the trial has. I could have played this a few days ago, but I was actually on vacation this whole last week and I didn't have my setup, so I couldn't play it at all. But I'm finally home. I'm home sort of early. Honestly, I came home early just so I can get a video out today. Hopefully, ideally, this video goes out on Saturday. That's what obviously the plan is. But today I'm going to be starting my franchise. I'm going to be doing a franchise very similarly to the franchise I did last year with the New York Jets. And I will be showing off the team today, just going over the roster. I'm not going to really have any gameplay in this. I probably won't even start the franchise like legitimately until the full game comes out in case there's any more roster updates or anything like that. I just wanted to use this kind of as a way to introduce the team, what pretty much everyone does on their first video of a franchise. But on Twitter, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you go check that out. I tweeted out a little bit of a hint as to which team I will be using. I tweeted out 3 pictures. One of them was Adrian Peterson at college. The other one was what looked like an Arnold Palmer iced tea thing. There's a little bit of a hint to that one as well. I'll get to that in a second. And the third one was an interception thrown by Brock Osweiler. So, like, a lot of people put some good guesses in there. Honestly, the Cardinals makes a ton of sense, right? So I could be using the Cardinals. Think about it. Adrian Peterson played for the Cardinals at some point. Arnold Palmer, you know, what was the reasoning behind that one? Somebody, I think Schmitzy reasoned this one like, I forgot the other. Arizona iced tea. Very obvious. I don't know how I forgot that. Arizona iced tea, Arizona Cardinals, and then Brock Osweiler went to school at Arizona State. Makes a ton of sense. I could have totally used the Cardinals. But if you actually zoom in closer on the iced tea picture, you can see a little player sticking out of the background. That player is Carson Wentz. Pretty important in the clue. So Carson Wentz, you're thinking, is he on the Eagles, right? I'm going to be using the Eagles, the best team in the game overall-wise. No, I'm definitely not using the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's try to piece this one together. Let's start from the middle. I thought this second picture was going to be the easiest. Honestly, the Arizona iced tea. I thought people were gonna realize that Carson Wentz was also in that picture. String those two names together, Carson Wentz, Arnold Palmer. You get Carson Palmer, right? All right, he's a quarterback. He played at some point. Played for a few different teams. This gives me option again to the Cardinals. He played for the Cardinals. Also played for the Raiders. Also played for the Bengals. You know, it could be any one of those teams. Now think back again. Which one is the next easiest? I think the Adrian Peterson one is probably the most convoluted. But we're going to go with the interception thrown by Brock Osweiler. Right? Brock Osweiler. Played for the Texans. You're thinking about him. Played for the Dolphins at some point. Played for the Broncos. He was on the Broncos, obviously, in that clip. Went to Arizona State. Again, coming back to that. But Brock Osweiler isn't actually the person you should be focusing on in that picture. It's also not the person who caught the interception. Honestly, I don't remember who that was. But Chris Collinsworth, right before that, was just talking about how Brock Osweiler is looking better. He like jinxed him, like royally jinxed him in that clip. That's like a pretty famous clip for that aspect. Chris Collinsworth, you know, he's a commentator. Also played football. He was a wide receiver. What team is he a wide receiver for? He's a wide receiver for the Bengals. All right, so we got Carson Palmer. We got Chris Collinsworth. It's potentially looking like the Bengals. Now you're probably wondering, how does Adrian Peterson fit into this whole scheme? I'll tell you how Adrian Peterson fits in with the Bengals. Now think of a YouTuber. Think of a Madden YouTuber whose favorite player is Adrian Peterson. I don't know if you guys can think of this right off the bat, but it's Bengals' favorite team. The Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, that's not actually his favorite team. His favorite team is the Giants. But I kind of used that first one as a bit of a meme. I didn't think anyone would actually put that together. I was actually messaging Bengal after I tweeted that out. He asked me what the team was, and I explained to him why it is the Cincinnati Bengals. So yes, that's the team I'm going to be using, but I was talking to him about it, and he didn't think anybody would understand the Adrian Peterson and link it with the Bengal. But whatever, this is where we are. There's actually a lot of good reasoning for the Cardinals. I really liked that response. I liked the response for the Texans, had a pretty good response, because, what was it? Adrian Peterson was like born in Texas or something like that. Or the Texans. I think I just passed them. Adrian Peterson was born in Texas. Arnold Palmer had a bunch of golf courses in Texas or something like that. And then Brock Osweiler played for the Texans. I like that reasoning as well. The Texans wouldn't have been a bad team. But we are going with the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be my franchise team for Madden 19.
Dude, that's not Madden 19. You're stupid. That's Madden 20. This is editing, Shram. I hate myself.
So let me just go through this. I'm probably not going to set the coach as I would, you know, set it when we actually make the franchise, but I just want to use this, like I mentioned before, as like a little leeway to the franchise just to introduce the team. So I think we can just, let me make sure I turn pre-existing injury off. Okay, I'll also work on the sliders, all that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to start on All-Pro or start on All-Madden. I'm going to have to probably do some research with what other content creators are doing, because a lot of people are saying All-Pro is the move. A lot of people are saying All-Madden. I've always done All-Madden, but we'll definitely have to check it out. But now we can go over the team. We have a pretty horrible roster. So actually, let me explain why I chose the Bengals. I knew I wanted to take a team that wasn't good. No offense, Bengals fans, but they're a 72 overall in the game. Clearly not that good of a team. The roster isn't in the best shape right now. I wanted a team that I can sort of rebuild. I wanted a team with like an older quarterback who I can get rid of in the near future, draft a new quarterback in his place, and with a couple like superstars. I don't know. Yeah, there's some superstars in this team certainly, but with a few younger players with star development maybe who can develop into beasts. And I think this team has exactly what I'm looking for. Also, I wanted to make sure I had a 4-3 defense because I had a 3-4 defense pretty much all of last year with the Jets. So I wanted to have a 4-3 defense on this team, have some good edge rushers. That was pretty important. I wanted a number 1 corner who was really good. I think this team has that. I wanted a good running back. This team has that. There's some good wide receiver options on this team. That's pretty much the reasoning behind this team. I had a couple other teams in mind. I was thinking about the Seahawks. The Seahawks run a 4-3 defense, have a couple crazy superstars on that team. Part of me thought that team may have been a little bit too good. Thinking about maybe the 49ers or maybe the Giants. The Giants have a 3-4 defense, but I maybe could have switched over if I could have justified it. There's a couple other teams I could have taken. The Dolphins crossed my mind, but then the problem with that is that I don't want to stay in that same division again because I just used the Jets. So we are using the Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals will be my team for this year. I'm excited to get into this one. We're going to try to keep this one going even longer than my Jets one. I want to see how frequently I can actually upload this. Hopefully we can upload it very frequently at the start of the year. So these are the lineup tools. Okay, I understand. Whoop, I didn't mean to hit B. Let's go over the team. On offense, we have one superstar X Factor, and he's probably the best player on this offense. It is AJ Green, a 90 overall. Okay, I didn't turn the tips off, so my bad. Let me just get through that. Okay, I understand. Cool. AJ Green, superstar X Factor. How do I check out his abilities over here? So what does he have? What is it? Double me. Aggressive receivers overpower defenders and attack the football. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their success rate on aggressive catches against single coverage. So make 20-plus yard catches. I don't know exactly how this stuff works. I honestly have no clue. So I'll have to just figure it out in the game. I'm guessing if you make 20-plus yard catches, does that mean more than one? Or you just have to make one catch and you get this? If it's one catch, I feel like that could be a little much. Consecutive passes not targeted. I guess then it goes away. Honestly, I have no idea. We're going to learn this together. Definitely going to learn this together. Also, I need to mention this actually before I go over the team. Let me know any suggestions you have in this series. I want to take a lot of feedback from you guys. Hopefully this video gets out there and does sort of well compared to, some other franchise stuff I've made. But I want to know some of your suggestions. Let me know if I should trade some players. Let me know if I should trade for some players. Usually when I do a franchise, I like to keep it somewhat realistic. And by the somewhat realistic part, I mean like, I sort of like having more than one first-round draft pick because I think building through the draft is so much fun, especially when you get to use the players. So I like typically having more than one draft pick, but if you guys don't want me to have more than one draft pick, definitely let me know. I could definitely finagle some kind of trade to go through where I can get another draft pick. It wouldn't be that difficult. Maybe at some point I can, if it's, let's say we're doing well this season, maybe I can trade away my draft pick to get a higher one. I don't know exactly. Just let me know what you guys want me to do in this series. I'm definitely down for pretty much any kind of suggestion. If you like somebody else's suggestion, if you think it's a good idea, just thumbs up the comment rather than commenting it twice. It's just easier for me to keep track that way so I can know exactly what people want. So yeah, let's keep going over the team. AJ Green, 90 overall. I think he's the highest overall on this offense. He's going to be our number 1 wide receiver for at least the next few seasons. 90 speed, 90 catching, 97 spectacular catching, 96 jumping. Has been one of the better wide receivers in the NFL since he's entered. Injuries have held him back, recently, but he's still a dominant number 1 wide receiver. 90 overall. And then we got Tyler Boyd, had a breakout season a year ago. He has star development. He's going to be our slot wide receiver, 83 overall slot. He's going to be our number 2 or number 3 for the most part. 94 catching, doesn't drop many passes here in the game. 89 speed, good short route running for that slot position. Good spectacular catch, good acceleration, can reach his top speed pretty quickly. And then we also have the speedster, John Ross. He has normal development, hasn't really panned out to his first round pedigree just yet, but 97 speed. pretty much the only reason he's on this team anymore, really. I heard talks about him maybe getting traded or cut or something like that. I don't know what's happening with him. I'll try to mimic some of these early trades, like let's say the Bengals randomly cut somebody. I'll try to mimic that trade, or I'll try to mimic, or no, that wasn't a trade, but if they cut somebody, I'll try to mimic that move. If they trade for anybody, I'll try to do that as well. I tried to do that last year with my Jets franchise, at least early on. But yeah, John Ross is here just to fly down the field. I'm not sure if he's going to be our number 3 the whole time. He probably will, because I don't see anybody else down here who can really get that many snaps, because they all have like normal dev, unless there's a player here who isn't in the game just yet. But Joe Mixon will be the starting running back. He's a beast. 88 overall, star development, elusive back. He should get the job done fantastically. 91 speed, 76 trucking, quite well rounded. He can do that pretty well too. 91 juke move. What's his catching? 71 catching. He can receive the ball quite well. 84 stiff arm. Very well rounded running back here. Giovanni Bernard, more of the receiving specialist though of the two. What's his catching? 70. It's actually short, like lower, but he's, I feel like, primarily used on third down. Honestly, Joe Mixon could be a third down running back as well. But Giovanni Bernard is also here. I'm not sure how long he'll be on the team for, but very elusive. 93 agility, 93 acceleration. Gets to his top speed super quickly. He should be a good running back. And then we also have Rodney Anderson, a rookie out of Oklahoma. Normal development. 89 speed, 77 trucking. He may be our power back just to get him involved a little bit more, because I think it would be cool to have, you know, some more running backs get involved. And we also have Trayvon Williams, another rookie. He's an elusive running back. 89 speed, 69 catching. Maybe we can get these guys involved some sort of way. I'm not exactly sure how. This offensive line is absolutely atrocious. It is like really bad. Billy Price is probably the best player on this offensive line. 71 overall, star development. By best player, I mean player with the most potential, who will probably go up in overall the best. He's still very young, only 1 year of experience at this point. Out of Ohio State, he should be our starting center for a while. Cordy Glenn is a 72, that's kind of rough. 29 years old. I think in this first draft, we're going to have to target the offensive line heavily. Cordy Glenn can definitely like start, he's not horrible. But then he drops down to John Miller, 69 overall, normal dev. Alex Redmond, 65 overall, normal development. Bobby Hart, man, Bobby Hart, 64 overall, normal development. These guys are not good. But Tyler Eifert is here, another option for Andy Dalton to throw to. I didn't even talk about Andy Dalton. I'll get there in a second. Tyler Eifert, one of the better tight ends when he can stay healthy. He gets injured all the time. What's his injury in this game? It should be pretty low. 76. I feel like it should even be lower than that. 83 speed, 87 catching. Good run blocking as well. 73 isn't bad. 84 awareness, 88 catching traffic, 87 acceleration. If he can stay healthy this entire season for us, he is going to go off. They also drafted Drew Sample, who I'm pretty sure is like a blocking. No, maybe not. Possession, I guess. What's his blocking stats? 63? I thought he was a better blocking tight end than that. I guess I'm just misremembering him. 82 speed, 81 catching. He's going to be the backup. That is for sure. CJ Uzama won't be the backup, but he's a 77. I didn't think he was that high of an overall. He's actually pretty good. 26 years old. Also, yeah, definitely let me know who you want me to start, who you want me to have as the backups and all that good stuff. I don't mind having CJ Uzama as a backup. I'm actually not too opposed to trading him, if I'm being real. I'm sure a team would be interested, because we do have Drew Sample, who could potentially develop decently well. But we have Andy Dalton starting at quarterback. 80 overall. So much experience for him to go up at least, like, you know, 1 overall point. This is going to be rough, I think, having him on the team for a little while. But I'm hoping to draft a quarterback in this upcoming draft. But if I have to rock with Andy Dalton for 2 years in a row, it's not the end of the world. I just really don't want that to happen. We have Jeff Driscoll. Pretty sure is quite fast. 85 speed. We're going to try to get him involved in some packages. I think that could be fun. And then Ryan Finley. 56 overall. Oh my lord. I don't know if he's ever going to play. Also, he looks exactly like Jeff Driscoll in that face scan. I mean, that's not a face scan. It's like a generated player. You know what I mean? But Ryan Finley is probably never going to see the field. I'm sorry. So now we can go over to the defense. On this side of the ball, I think, does it get better? It's hard to determine. I think it actually does get better. I like a lot of these players a lot. So Jesse Bates, started in the secondary. Star development, 1 year of experience out of Wake Forest. He is very good to have in the game. He was good last year in real life. He's going to be our #1 free safety. He can actually play cornerback if I ever need him to. I don't think I will make that move, but 82 zone coverage, 76 man coverage, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 6'1", pretty good size. I like to see it. We have Fedulum over here. Clayton Fedulum. Why not? Captain on the defense. He's probably like a special teamer. Then we have Sean Williams, who really isn't anything special. He's 28 years old. It's not like I'm itching to use him at all, but he's not horrible. Pretty good hit power, not a bad strong safety. He's okay for this season for sure. The linebackers are pretty bad, but Preston Brown is here. Preston Brown isn't too bad, 75 overall, 26 years old. 78 speed is going to be a bit rough to get used to, but I feel like I can adjust. Nick Vigil is one of the outside linebackers, 72 overall. Again, nothing too special on him, but Malik Jefferson could turn into something because he has normal dev currently. He was a safety in college, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he transitioned down to linebacker. Maybe he always played like safety linebacker hybrid. I don't really know. But Malik Jefferson, 87 speed. With that speed, it's definitely, obvious he played some kind of defensive back at some point, but he can fly around the field. I may even try to use him a ton and just see what we can do with him. If we can develop him into like our Darren Lee of this year, that would be awesome. Because if you guys remember in my Jets franchise, Darren Lee was like my favorite player to use. He just absolutely went off. We also have Jermaine Pratt here, who's a rookie out of North Carolina State. 86 speed. Okay, maybe he can actually be our Darren Lee. Because he's a rookie, has a bit more potential. Because, he can win Defensive Rookie of the Year potentially. I can even move him to outside linebacker. I'll probably have him play over Nick Vigil if I had anything. Or maybe I'll slide Preston Brown outside, have Pratt play middle. We'll figure something out, but I'm not like that upset about this linebacker core. It's not that good, but there's some decent young talent. We can definitely address this in the draft as well, though. One of the players I was looking forward to using the most is William Jackson. William Jackson, isn't he a third? Isn't William Jackson the third? I don't know. Out of Houston, he's a great cornerback. I don't think he played that well last season. I could be wrong, but I know 2 years ago he was dominant. He's very good against Antonio Brown. Historically, he's matched up against him super well. Very fast, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, good man coverage, okay zone coverage, we have to get that up, but it's still not bad where it is. Good press coverage, it's the same as the zone, I guess. 88 agility, 92 jumping, 83 play recognition, 72 catching, he can catch some interceptions for us for sure. He's going to be our #1 lockdown corner. He should develop into a beast. He's only 26 years old, still young, still in the prime of his career here. He should play extremely well for us. Darquez Dennard has star dev. Alright, well anyway, Dre Kirkpatrick, the #2 corner. These cornerbacks are pretty expensive, right? So I don't know if I want to keep all of these guys on the team this entire time. We'll have to, discuss that in the comments with me. I would obviously, like I mentioned before, love to hear you guys' feedback here. But 78 man coverage, that's what 78 man to man corner. I mean 76 zone, 75 slot. It's not a bad slot corner, I guess, because he has pretty good press coverage. He's not horrible there. Pretty good acceleration, not the best agility though, so maybe he won't be playing the slot. I think Darquez Dennard will probably be our slot corner. I think that's what it's his scheme fit. He's a 77 slot corner. He has star dev though. It's actually really surprising. Maybe he can develop into something then. Pretty decent press coverage. Really bad zone coverage. Not the best man coverage. So I don't know if I'm really going to keep him around all that long. I mean, BW Webb is just here for filler. He's 29 years old. I'm not going to really talk about him all that much. And then we also have Kivari Russell, who is 25 years old. Pretty agile, I think. Yeah, he's kind of a slot cornerback himself. I'm not going to really get into them all that much. I doubt they'll play. Again, if there's players who still need to be added to the roster, like random rookies, definitely let me know, because I will try to look into those guys. Maybe we can have them play a little bit. This defensive line is pretty interesting to me as well, because there's a lot of depth here, to be honest. So Carl Lawson is obviously going to start at right end. He's a star development. He's 24 years old, out of Auburn. He is very good. I'm excited to use him on this team. He's fast, 83 speed is not bad, 89 acceleration, so he's going to reach that speed pretty quickly, 88 strength, 87 finesse moves, 82 power moves, can rush either way, 76 play recognition, but his block shed is horrible. We have to get that block shed up for sure. 63 is not good. He's going to be very, very nice once that block shed comes up. We also have Sam Hubbard, who has star dev as well. He was a rookie this last season, so maybe we can try to get him some snaps. 69 block shedding is pretty nice if you ask me. 78 speed, 77 finesse moves, 83 acceleration, 83 tackling. Not too bad whatsoever there. And then Carlos Dunlap also has star dev, but he's 30 years old. He's very nice stats in the game though. Horrible power moves, but I guess he's more of a finesse rusher, I guess. But 80 block shed, 82 speed, 86 acceleration, 79 strength, 90 play recognition. He's a good defensive end, right? So what I was thinking, though, he's 280 pounds. He can probably play defensive tackle if I need him to, and then I can have Sam Hubbard play left end. Or Jordan Willis. Jordan Willis is ridiculously fast. 87 speed. He can fly. Also has really good block shed. I feel like he's like a glitch in the game. So I don't know who I want to start here. Sam Hubbard maybe, just because he has a better dev trait than Jordan Willis. I could kick Carlos Dunlap inside instead of Andrew Billings, because Andrew Billings isn't that good. 24 years old, 72 overall. 93 strength though. 74 speed, not a bad combination. He's not horrible. I'm good with him starting if we really have to have that happen. And then probably the best player on the team, Geno Atkins. 91 overall defensive tackle, another superstar X Factor. What is his ability? Elite pass rushers are a mix of strength, speed, and tenacity. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their win rate and block shed speed against one-on-one pass blocks. Not too bad whatsoever. He has fantastic stats, 98 awareness, 95 play recognition, 89 block shedding. He's ridiculously strong too with 90 strength, 93 power move, 78 speed. He can even kick outside if I needed him to. 78 speed, is that faster than Carlos Dunlap? I don't think it is. 82, okay. It's not, but Geno Atkins is a menace. He's a freak, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. Glad to have him on the team. Hopefully regression isn't that horrible this year because I want to keep him on the team, honestly, for as long as possible. Hopefully it works out that way. Also, I forgot something. Do I have to set the lineup for this? Can you not set the lineup? Okay, well, Jonah Williams is somewhere. Maybe he's not in the game right now because he injured himself. Is he on this team? Can I just check really quickly? Because there's another question I would like to ask. Do you guys want me to keep pre-existing injury on, or do you want me to turn it off so then I can start Jonah Williams? Because obviously, very unfortunate their first-round draft pick is out for the season. Is he here, though? There he is. 72 overall. He has a hidden development trait. I was hoping he'd have one. So Jonah Williams is here. He's probably going to have star. If it's superstar, that would be fantastic. Let me know if you guys want me to start Jonah Williams, or if you want me to sit him out a season. It's going to take me a while to find that development trait if we sit him out, but whatever, honestly, whatever the majority thinks, I will do. Now we can continue going over the team. This is a pretty long video. I apologize for this. This is very like Bengals style. I'm pretty sure Bengal did this exact video. I'm not trying to copy him, man. I'm just going over the team. That's all I'm doing here. Randy Bullock is the kicker. What's your kick accuracy? 80, not too bad. 94 kick power. I've seen just the reason why I question his kick accuracy is because I feel like that's lower than it is usually this year on a couple players. Let's see. Kevin Huber. Yeah, that's what I mean. 58 kick accuracy. Good lord. Okay, well, that's pretty horrible. I think John Ross is going to be one of these positions here, one of the kick returner or the punt returner. Who is this? Darius Phillips. Are you fast? You're pretty fast. All right, I'll keep you there. That's not too bad. Giovanni Bernard can be the punt returner. Or should we move in one of these running backs just to get them a little bit more playing time? I don't know. Specialist. Let's just see what this looks like as of now. Okay, so slot cornerback, Darquez Dennard. Good with that. Rush left end. I kind of want to have Sam Hubbard there. I think I do want to put Carlos Dunlap inside, but again, let me know what you think about that. Geno Atkins, rush defensive tackle, certainly that's going to happen. Carl Lawson, rush right end, that's certainly going to happen. Jermaine Pratt, Preston Brown, I'm good with being the sub linebackers. Third down running back and power halfback. Let me know if you want me to start one of these rookies at power halfback, maybe get him a little more involved. But third down running back, I think I'm good with that being Joe Mixon. I want to get him as many touches as possible. Tyler Boyd, slot wide receiver, perfectly fine with that as well. So that is going to be the team for this season. It's not good by any means. This team is not good, but it definitely has its bright spots. There's a lot of star developments on this team. I'm excited to develop Joe Mixon, very excited to develop Tyler Boyd, extremely excited, got to keep changing my words here, to develop William Jackson. I think that's going to be super fun. Jesse Bates, Carl Lawson, same goes for those two guys over there. There's some veterans on this team. I heard this year that veterans actually help out the younger players a lot. I don't know if it's actually true, but I was reading somebody's comment section, and they mentioned how, like, I think it was Eli Manning ended up giving Daniel Jones, like, +3 throw power at some point. I don't know if that's actually a thing, or if that person just saw it incorrectly. I don't know, but it would be really cool if that can happen, because then there's a reason to keep Geno Atkins on the team for a little while. There's a reason to keep Carlos Dunlap, who's aging. A reason to keep AJ Green, you know, players like that. I think that's really cool because it is sort of realistic in a sense that the older players can mentor the younger players. That maybe I can probably even keep Andy Dalton when we draft a new quarterback, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this first episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. I talked a ton in this video. They will not always be like this. Let me just let you know. It's going to be mostly gameplay, of course. I'll be doing live commentaries for the gameplay. It's going to be a very fun series. I'm really excited for it, honestly. I can't wait to get started. When the full game comes out, I will be fully kickstarting this series with all the games and some trades if you guys want me to make any trades. But until then, if you guys ended up enjoying the video, feel free to leave a like. It definitely helps me out a lot. Make sure you guys comment a ton on this video because I need to read your guys' comments, your suggestions. I want to take as many as possible. Also, consider subscribing if you would like to see a bunch of Madden 20 content. I uploaded Madden 19 pretty consistently throughout the entire year, so if you're really into this game, if you love rebuilds, I do rebuilds too if you guys don't know. I'm sure you know. But if you guys are into, you know, Madden 20 content, be on the lookout for that on my channel, so consider subscribing if you actually enjoy my content. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.